Every single day, things seem to get worse for Donald Trump, and today is no exception. This is big. A key individual in relation to the classified documents case has flipped, or at least agreed to flip, on Donald Trump. This is Yuscil Taveras, who is a former Mar-a-Lago IT worker. And initially, he had a MAGA lawyer and had the strategy of denying any knowledge of the deletion of the destroying of evidence in the form of security footage, and then dumped the MAGA lawyer, got different representation. Now he's taking a different approach, and he has struck an agreement with prosecutors to testify against Donald Trump and the other co-defendants in exchange for him avoiding prosecution. So here's this from CNN. Mar-a-Lago IT worker Yuscil Taveras has struck a cooperation agreement with the special counsel's office in the federal case over former President Donald Trump's handling of classified documents. Taveras' former defense attorney said in a new court filing, and then also being reported on from CNN once again. Here is Wolf Blitzer.
Details coming out of this very historic first televised hearing in the Georgia election case, but we also have breaking news in the federal classified documents case down in Florida. One of the key players has just flipped against former President Trump and is now cooperating with the special counsel Jack Smith's office. That, according to the former defense attorney for Mar-a-Lago IT worker Yuscil Taveras, who says Taveras has agreed to testify in the case, and in exchange, he will not be prosecuted. Both Taveras and Carlos de la Vieira, the club's property manager, were initially suspected of giving false testimony after denying allegations that they tried to erase incriminating security camera footage.
So there it is, and it's not just Taveras flipping on Donald Trump. You also have this from Politico. Trump's co-defendants are already starting to turn against him. The finger pointing among Donald Trump's inner circle has begun, and as his 4 criminal cases march toward trial, some of his aides, allies, and co-defendants are pointing at the former president, as they should. In court documents and hearings, lawyers for people in Trump's orbit, both high-level advisors and lesser-known associates, are starting to reveal glimmers of a tried-and-true strategy in cases with many defendants. Portray yourself as a hapless pawn while putting blame on the apparent kingpin. And one of the examples cited in this Politico piece is his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Last week, Trump's former White House chief of staff, Mark Meadows, also charged in the Georgia case, signaled that his defense is likely to include blaming the former president as the primary driver of the effort. It also notes that Meadows made clear in his own testimony at last week's hearing that Trump viewed the false electors as a significant part of his strategy to remain in power. He said he sent an email pushing the campaign to assemble those slates because he feared a tongue lashing from Trump. It is key to this broader effort being Trump being at the head of it, portraying for the jury, for Trump's prosecution, the reality that it wasn't all of his people trying to help him stay in power, but he wasn't necessarily knowledgeable of the false elector scheme and all these different things, pressuring Mike Pence. There's so much evidence already that we're knowledgeable about that it's not as if that would be hard to prove, but it's important that it is able to be proven. And having people such as Mark Meadows testify to the fact that Donald Trump was directing these actions and viewed something like the fraudulent slate of electors being pushed, and then attempting to get the vice president at the time, Mike Pence, to accept those as the real ones when they're not, signing fraudulent forms and it all. And Trump was seeing that as a key part of the broader strategy, and pushing for it is crucial. And once again, a reminder of the dangerous moment we were in when it comes to our democracy. So whether it be Mark Meadows, Taveras, or others to come, lots of people are willing to point the finger at Donald Trump, like I said, rightfully so, to protect their own behind. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.